Okay, so we are washing the car. So the first step you want to do is you want to wash the car thoroughly. You're going to make sure you remove all the contaminants in the car. Some of the best product that's out there, and is one of our products, we use Jolt. And Jolt is excellent at removing any contaminants that are on the car, whether it's grease, oils, waxes, any other cheap material that you've added to try to make your car look good. The key is you want to remove all the residue from anything from the car to make sure that the product adheres to the paint. So you don't want to cut corners here. This is a very key step. You don't want to be getting lazy and just putting it on the car as fast as you can, because by doing so, if it does not make contact with the paint, when the wax goes away, which it will, because it's designed to, the idea of the wax is you got to keep applying it, you will lose your product, and that would be a waste of time and a waste of money. Okay, since the Murano had those special extra mess clean that we did, so it's nice and clean now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply step 1 of the cleaning material. Step 1, it calls for, it gives you instructions on the back how to follow it. The key process is to work it into the paint as well as possible. Try to remove as much contaminants as you can, and it does call for you to leave the product on the paint for about 5 minutes. That's mainly to remove any contaminants, hard contaminants that need to come off the paint, and also help polarize the paint when step 2 is applied. Okay, now we're getting ready to apply step 2. You don't need to dry the car, you could just apply it as is. It's been raining all day, so I just took off a little bit of the water. Do want it to be moist. The product is viscous in water because it's water based, so I would not want to dry the car out completely, just taking advantage of the moisture. And we'll get started on step 2. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, the worst thing you could do is add more material. You want to make it light, so 4 small dabs, dime-sized dabs on that. That's all you need to get started. So the worst thing you could do is pile it on. This is not a quantity material, this is a quality material, so that's the key to the product. Okay, so I wanted to show you a couple of areas as I clean. You can see also, like I did earlier, you can see the treated areas, you can see the buffed areas. I'll show how easy this is. You can use, again, you can use a buffer to polish it and remove the product, the remaining part of the product, or you can just do it by hand. I happen to like by hand, so it's simple. Look at that glass. And it is amazing how well this product works. Okay, so we are done with the car. I'm going to go ahead and show you what the result will be after you treat it. This will be the car for 5 years. On a used car, guaranteed to last at least 3, depending on how your driving habit. If you garage it, it'll last basically forever. Why buy Carnauba wax every 6 weeks and apply it and waste your time when you can do this for the price of 1.5 cans of Carnauba wax, and it'll last like this for 5 years. Okay, so we applied the Jolt product to the leather. As you can see, the before and after. This is the treated side, this is the non-treated side. You can see how there's a substantial difference with that grease, grime, and nice and clean on this side. Okay, we're continuing that leather treatment. As you can see, it's shiny as you apply it, and applying it is super simple. I have my trusty holder here. Apply a little bit to my cloth and just wipe down in even strokes. You want to make sure you're not adding bubbles. One great thing about our product, because it's water-based, it'll never penetrate deeper than the dye. Product that penetrates deeper than the dye can harm the color. Not only that, typically they are solvent-based, and solvent-based means strong chemicals, which means it smells, the car will smell. Also, they'll have a lot of Teflon and silicone-based product, and that's because you can't add water to it, obviously, because it's solvent-based. What will happen is the remaining leather will be very shiny, and we've all had that seat where you're sitting in it and sliding all over the car because the car feels like an ice rink. The leather does. Our product does not have that problem.